first Torah are on the teba, so they can be decorated safer when it's lifted.
We first remove the band, then the mantle. Never the mantle before the band. Why? I don't know.
Older boy does the band, younger boy holds the Eitz Chaim.
You became younger boy today, Dave.
Yeah.
6 years old.
All right. What's
You see how we put the mantle? The mantle is this way. Not that way, but this way. The head of the mantle is this way. Okay? Because the weight of it is on that side, otherwise it's going to fall on the other side. Right? Now once it's undressed, please bring on the and here again you see that with the bow. Yeah? Thank you. Now for lifting of the Torah, it's important to remember a few things. First of all, why do we lift up the Torah? To indicate that this is the Torah that we believe is exactly the same one that Moshe Rabbeinu received at Sinai. Okay, and we're reading from the same one. That's one thing. Two, it's important for people to see the lettering. Right? How do we make them to see the letter? Right? You're going to lift it up, way up, so people can see. Three, which side of the synagogue will first see the letter? The right or the left? The right. Therefore, you're going to turn this way. The people on the right are going to see the letter. All right? And we go 360 degrees. Okay? Now, to lift up the Torah, it's customary to have at least 3 columns showing. Sometimes people are very, very heroic, and they make 5 or 7 columns. In London, they do 7 columns. All right, which is not bad at all. And therefore, I ordered that the covering be long enough, so in case we have somebody who is heroic, and we'll open the 7th Torah. Now, the Torah should not be unfurled. This means it has to be straight, tough.
what?
Right? There is a tension on the cover.
Fabric.
On the fabric. And therefore, I'm going to try it, right?
No, we gotta look at
Well,
that.
after that.
Albert, you're not gonna be able to do it. You're not gonna be able to do it, Albert. You're not gonna be able to do it.
Okay, with pride, and you see it stands. It's not loose. It's not lax.
You don't do that. That's why I said that. That's why I said that.
Okay, it's okay. Thank you. All right. Now we have another king.
We got a stronger person.
Stronger person.
Right.
Vezahot HaTorah. Right.
Take the tali. Take the tali up. Take the tali.
Right. Okay. We have not yet associated the melody and this for all of these things. Yes. We're going to do it again. It will be like a rehearsal again with the melodies. Right? Okay.
I would add this, though, for someone who's been picking this up for many years. We have the heaviest wood covering our Torahs. I wound up in the hospital with a hernia because we had a ebony mantle that is like steel. So the fact of the matter is, for some strange reason, whoever ordered our Torahs didn't order the lightest woods that were made. So for someone to pick up that Torah, they have to have strength. They really have to have strength. Nothing to do with our service. I'm sure it's purely in the carpenter who created these mantles. But many years I used to do that, and Unfortunately, I wound up at Jefferson Hospital with a new.
All right. If anybody has a comment, we will hear. Yes. The bell. The reason we have the bells on every Sefer Torah is because, like I said again, royalty, right? Royalty. Have you ever seen the king or the president walking without music? That's our music. Okay?
But I mean, when do you take them off? 'Cause I saw this
You
stuff.
take them off when you're going to read.
Okay, so that's
Huh?
the last thing.
Right. That's the move.
It's just for decoration.
No, I know, I just
When,
was trying.
when lifted, just when lifted, the formal decoration.
Has to be on when you lift it,
Yeah.
and then afterwards you take it.
Now, the first person to be called will be a Kohen, if we have in the synagogue. If you don't have a Kohen, we don't call a Levi, we call Israel. Nitkalkel HaSeder. Once the Kohen is no longer here, in other synagogues, sometimes they call a Levi instead of a Kohen. But we don't have that. The Sephardic tradition is when Kohen is not there, that's it. The order has been destroyed, and we have now, we call it Israel. Okay? So let's say we call somebody, right, who wants to be called to the Torah? You want to be called to the Torah?
I could pose as a Kohen.
You can put that as a Kohen. So first we call the person by the name.
He drove the longest to get here.
That's true. So here's a story that is interesting in Shirit Israel, right? When I was there, I'm talking about now something like 30 years ago, 40 years ago. There was a guy by the name of Robert Solomon. He's a half-brother of Herman Solomon. And when we call the people, and then they come up. So people don't know who they're going to be called, right? So first we call them, Ya Mod Hashematov, Peloni Bar Peloni. He gives his name, he comes up. There was a guy who was a stranger to the synagogue, and they told him, we're going to call you number 5. So when came number 5, on his own, he came before he being called. And Herman said, Rabbi Solomon said, sit down here. In the same voice like I just did. Sit down here. What do you think? This is stable? You sit down until you are cold, then you go upstairs. I don't think the guy came again to the synagogue anymore.
We're never supposed to embarrass anybody, right?
I'm just telling you a story. I'm not telling you the morale or the lesson. Okay? So after you hear your name, you come up, not before. So, Ya Mod Hashem Atov, if I remember your name, Yitzhak Baruch? Baruch ben Yitzhak, Likro Bakara Shalem. Then you're going to come up.
Oh, when I come up.
I say, Adonai
come to
Machem.
here.
Yes. Adonai Machem. And the person, yeah, that everybody should come from the shortest distance to the Teba. Let me tell you something about that. The Kabbalists believe that everything you have to do is from the right, even though people are lefty. Right? The Kabbalists believe everything from the right. Right? So you're going to see somebody who's sitting here is going to go all around and come here. Wrong. Wrong. You're going to do a mitzvah, the shortest distance, you should go there. Shortest distance.
Those for that side.
You're right.
That's for that side.
All right. So as soon as the person comes, he's going to bow to whoever is here, and the rabbi and the parnas, right?
Yes.
Right? And then he's going to be shown the place where he's going to start, right? He's going to use the talit if he wants. That's optional, right? Optional. Some don't think it's a Spanish and Portuguese synagogue to kiss the place where we are, just to look at it. But if they want to use the talit, they can do, and they can kiss like that, and then they have to read the blessing. Now, there are two customs here. We don't have to close the Sefer Torah to read the bracha, as long as the person doesn't look inside the Torah to see the bracha. Otherwise, people are going to say, oh, he's reading the bracha from inside the Sefer Torah. But the bracha is not inside the Torah, it's outside. So many people have the custom of closing the Sefer Torah and reading the bracha, even though they turn their face sidewise. Okay? So, assuming he says the first blessing, Noten Torah, right? At that time,
We have it up here, by the way. It's up here on the
you
side.
don't have to bring the book with you.
Yeah.
At that time, he's going to bow slightly to this person.
Now,
If,
tell 'em
as
who
a
the person is.
Kohen,
Tell 'em who this
there would
person is.
not be anybody here.
Who this person is.
The,
on the side.
the, the accompanying one will be here.
Yeah,
one
the
of
first
Oh,
one.
so even for the Kohen?
Yes.
The accompaniment. The person who accompanied the Torah is the first one on this side.
And then the slight bowing as if to say, thank you, you are allowed to go back to your seat. I'm now here, there. There is at all times, 3 people on the table, around the Torah, at all times. Now, the reason why, by the way, the Baracha says, Noten Torah, gives us the Torah, gives in the present, not in the past, not gave us, gives us the Torah, is because every time we read from the Torah, we learn something in a different angle, a different way, right? This is the part, I told you before, there are 3 parts to the service. 1 praises to God, 2 requests from God, and the 3rd is learning the Torah. And that is what on Shabbat we do by reading the Torah. Okay? Very good. After the reading of the Torah has been finished, we close the Torah and we cover it. Well, the halakha says that we close it, but we add another layer also of covering it out of respect for the Torah. Then the rabbi is going to give blessing to the individual, and the individual
Sorry.
is going to do what?
Rachel, can I call you back?
What did he say? Say the joke to everybody.
Have a cell phone.
Rachel, call you right back.
And the individual may have some request. For instance, my grandmother is not feeling well. Would you please say a prayer for her? Right? Mishabarach. And then we say that and say, and on his own, he's going to say, I would like to offer such amount in for the well-being of my grandmother, or in memory of my father, or something like that. Whatever request is, they're going to do that, and they're going to give an offering, whatever amount they want. Right? Now, some people don't want to divulge the amount, and they say matana, unspecified amount. And later on, they send to the office a check for $2,000, something like that, because they didn't want.
That's what you call subtle sales.
Because they said unspecified, right? Whatever they want, not to be embarrassed. So that's what people, those who don't want to say, it's preferable to say the amount because that has been the custom. Right? Okay. After he has finished, now he's going to bow to the Parnas, who's standing here, after the rabbi, of course, and then the Parnas, and then he's going to go downstairs and
wait.
wait for the next person.
On the side right here, not by the step, on the side here. Yeah, right there.
Now, I would like, if you don't mind, in all synagogues in the world, they don't go upstairs, they stand in the corner here. Why in Philadelphia do we go downstairs? I don't know. Because,
I think I know.
yes,
Pretty crowded up here.
forget about that.
Small.
Because if they stand here, it's still part of not leaving the Torah with 2 people only until you call the service. So it's preferable that he's here than going downstairs. But I have to bow to the local tradition and continue what the tradition has been. But if you have a better reason, because that's, I would, everything has a reason, and that doesn't have a reason.
Now continue, if I may,
Yeah.
to the Levi when he was dismissed.
Okay. Levi. Who's going to be Levi? Who wants to be called?
Here.
Okay. Montoya. Mr. Levi, לקרוא בתורה מסורו. You have to bow to people. Oh, that's right. Thank you. Right. And say, Amonai Mechad. Right.
I have trouble with that.
Okay.
Bowing to everyone up here just takes too long.
Oh.
And make one bow to everybody. No,
You won't take too long.
no, it's really an interruption. And he ought to be in a rush to get to the Torah.
That's true. That's true.
So I don't want to delay between being called and starting his reading quickly.
Respect for human beings is big. Okay,
I
anyway.
prefer to honor the Torah.
All right, come on. All right? Okay, it's fine. Just a quick courtesy. And then we're going to show you the place, right? And then either like that, right? And then you see the blessing, the Torah. What do you do after that? You turn around.
Dismisses him, so to speak.
Reading the Torah. After you finish, you read the blessings, right? And then you turn towards the rabbi and you say, what do you want? Any blessing, anything, any offering of amount, whatever amount you want, etc. etc. Amen. Finish. Bow to the Parnas, right? And you're going to go downstairs.
Now, is there a way to descend downstairs?
Either way.
Either way, okay.
In general, it's nice never to give the back to the Torah,
Okay.
and therefore you want to go downstairs this way, provided you don't fall.
I want to preserve a safety element there.
Yeah. Safety is more important than that. If you can. You cannot, you cannot.
The truth is, to that last comment, we never had this
Really.
railing.
Yeah.
So we did preserve the safety here when we moved here. We never had this railing.
My brother put that railing.
Yeah. And that is because of the safety.
All right. We finished with the reading of the Torah, right? We're going to call the maftir, right? So the last person is the seventh, and after we finish, we say the Kaddish, and after that, we have the maftir. Yeah, the one who's going to read the Haftarah is called Mr. Jonathan K. Would you please be the maftir person? Yeah, Modesh Mikro Torah Shemutlu Maftir. Noten Torah, right? Okay. Now, Jacob is going to remove the Sefer Torah, right, before the maftir. So, anytime the Torah is moved, the congregation stands. Okay.
Minute he picks this up.
Of song.
Minute he picks this up.
Melodies I'm skipping just for
I
the
understand
physical.
that, but the fact is.
When he picks that up,
Torah moves,
the congregation stands for that.
All right. As when he sits down, you can sit down. And that's also the same thing when we pray for Rosh Chodesh.
Cole,
Okay. So at that time,
Cole, don't address the Torah.
okay, so one thing we want to do now. First, the rest, and then
The boys come back up to now dress the Torah. They undressed it before, now they dress it. I can also call your attention to the Rabbi. When the gentleman who's doing the mop here, note how he stands and where he stands.
yeah.
Note where he stands, and it's always on that side.
Why? So that
So he doesn't turn his back on the Sefer.
exactly. So he doesn't turn his back to the Sefer Torah. Sefer Torah is going to be here, right? So he has to stay on the side. Now,
How long does it take to make a new minhag? When I was a boy, the younger boy handled both bells.
yes,
In the last 40 or 50 years,
yes. One and
each
one.
boy handled
No.
one.
That's in London, in Amsterdam, and New York. The same boy takes both bells.
Take both bells?
Yes. So the original minhag was the authentic, if you want to call it.
Well, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Do you know the story when Alan Correa
Right.
first came here?
Right.
He was surprised because in the early morning service,
Yeah.
there was a particular change of melody in the middle of a verse.
Right.
And he never knew why until he came to Philadelphia and learned that it was a congregational response, which we had retained
And yes.
and no one else had.
All right. So the one who read the Haftarah is gonna read from the side, okay? And when he's gonna come to the concluding beracha, says, he's gonna say ala Torah. When he says ala Torah, he's gonna bow to the Torah. Okay? All right. Thank you for reading the Haftarah. It was beautiful reading the Haftarah. Nice.
We're going to take it back.
We're going to take it back, okay? Okay. Now, to say it back, first we're going to say Imloch. So, hello, once the Sefer Torah is being moved, the congregation stands right away. Okay. Yeah. All right. So now we have a new minhag, is that the children sing Imloch.
Dan, go stay here.
Say Imloch. Right? First, if it was the rabbi, it would have been first, and then the congregation repeats. And second time again the rabbi, then the congregation repeats. In the meantime, now we have the children who say the first time, right? Instead of the rabbi. So the congregation repeats.
By the way, that's a recent change.
Yeah.
Note that there's a recent change. We did have a great deal of young children, of which the children themselves wanted to participate in some of our synagogue. The rabbi and the board has concession to allow the children to make that first call.
Right. Thank you. And now, as soon as the second Imloch is said, then the one who opened the Echal right away goes and, no, I'm sorry.
After the third.
After the third.
Excuse me, during the third. During the third Yimlo,
Right.
he goes up and opens,
Right.
so that the Heichal is open in all of its glory during the fourth repetition.
Clear?
And I think, note the way he walks, it's this slow, melodic gait,
He's doing
not rushed. Very good. Very good.
We are so Minhag conscious
Right.
that when I was growing up, the Heichal was opened on the third repetition, the door vador.
Very nice, very nice.
It made an impression on me that I still remember.
Very good.
Okay, when the rabbi says Mizmor LeDavid, Mizmor LeDavid, that's when the Sefer Torah is
Watch the bowing though, please watch the bowing, go ahead.
then the rabbi is going to go to the companion, then to the Parnas, and then goes, and if there is anybody else also he's going to bow to, and then goes downstairs. Okay, very good. Straight, please. Yeah. All the way to that opening. When he comes to that opening here, that opening, that's when you make a sharp turn, like in the military, and goes all the way to the center here. Okay?
On the third, he's the fourth.
Now, why this L-shaped trajectory? Why not straight to the Hechal? Because Jewish law requires that the distance in which you bring in the Sefer Torah has to be shorter than on your return it. When you return it has to be longer. And therefore we have an L-shaped trajectory which is longer to return the Sefer Torah.
To show a certain reluctance to
Right.
part from the Torah.
Mention when the steps are.
Okay, the steps. There are different minhagim. Different people have different types of doing the steps. Some say the steps has to be, they all have hesitating step, all of them. Some say it should be like that, with the heel up. Some say, no, the heel should not be up. Some say the feet should be together, right? So there are all kind of minhagim, right? You can do, if you do like that with the heel up, it shows that you don't want to advance, right? So it's more an emphasis of showing that you don't want to depart from the Torah so easily, right? And that's what we do now. It has been a custom here that the Mizmor David, which is a psalm that has 18 times the name of God. So people would move their foot only after the name of God has been said. Not during the name of God. Not during. Because when you say the name of God, you are full of awe. And you are taken almost paralyzed. How could you move at the time when you say the name of God? Right? So you have to say it after the name of God. Right? So go ahead, please. Right? Okay. Very good. And then, of course, the Parnas is the behind, and the accompaniment is behind. Okay?
Once again, it is a single procession, and there should not be too much space between any two until the tail end.
Equidistant. When the last verse is down, then it goes all the way up right away. It doesn't do the steps anymore. Yeah. So here, now wait a minute. There are two different customs here. In New York, and I don't know if in London they have that too, but the rabbi bowed to the Parnas bowed to the accompaniment. But here we don't,
I bow to him.
You put it out? Okay.
As I bow to him first.
No, it's fine. Okay. So
As I bow
after
to
you
him
put,
first,
after you
I
put
kinda
Sefer
like
Torah
to
here,
listen. And traditionally, I would go next to the rabbi, and if I had any special mailings, people that would have not been able to attend and wanted a special blessing in front of the Hekal, the Torah, I would hand them the written request. And then traditionally, the Parnas would make his own personal offering, which may encourage others to do the same.
All right. When the Sefer Torah is here, you have to make sure that it's neat and nice, presentable, right? I remember Mrs. Finkel of blessed memory. I was just there maybe a few months here, and she came and she saw some of the Sefer Torah like that, another one like this, like that. She says, that is not Mikveh Israel Hechal. It struck me that every time, everything has to be perfect, beautiful, nice, neat, properly done. Okay?
I'd also like to add the colors. They are there not to be offensive, but to be blended, so that when someone is donating something, they're donating where the rabbi is helping them select an appropriate color that would look appealing on a covering. They, by the way, they're not easy to make. They're not easy to make. If you take a look, there's a great deal of handwork in every one of these coverings. And I have this, I still have the pointer. I have to finish with the pointer after I make my appeal to the rabbi.
Thank you very much.
As I am now being dismissed myself when the rabbi bowing to me, I turn around here.
Behind. But for politeness, you don't pass in front of people. You go behind them.
I go up a step or two, and I, in a procedure, hand it to the person, and when I leave, I'm not going to turn my back here. I'm going to go back this way.
Yeah.
And as I do, I'll turn around this way, go back to my seat.
Then the melody of Hashibenu, etc., right? We're going to talk about all these melodies.
The congregational melody of Shuvah.
Yes. We're going to talk
Very
about that.
important, and we're losing that.
No, like I said, we're doing the physical part, not just the melodies. We're going to do, yes, very important.
Okay, I just want to emphasize.
Yeah, absolutely right. Okay, at the word Hashivenu, then put the yad, right, in front of the sefer, and close the doors. the one who carries the Sefer Torah will go back to his seat immediately after he puts the Sefer Torah, unless he wants to stand in line to give an offering, right? And also same thing, right? The one who closes the door is going to give an offering before he closes. He'll be the last one to give an offering from after all the people were there. And then bow, and then go back to their seats, okay?
Also, the door should be closed on the last words of Shuvah.
Right.
Chadesh Yameinu Kekedem, not before then.
Yes.
Because the ark should be open as much as possible, but closed with the end of Shuvah.
Yeah. All right. What we did so far has only the physical aspect. We have not really timed it because the timing is extremely important, and timing goes with the words and the melodies, right? The words and the melodies, very important. Now it's 1:05, right?